must be by his death. For myself, I can think of no personal cause for which to strike at him except the common good. He wants the crown. Now that may change his nature. There's the question. It is bright the day that brings forth the serpent, and that means careful walking. Crown him. At that I grant we hand him weapons that at his will he can do danger with. Greatness often becomes abuse when it separates compassion from power. Yet to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his emotions swayed more than his reason. It's a common truth, pretend humility is the young man's ladder, toward which the climber upward turns his face. But when he has reached the topmost rung, he then to the ladder turns his back, looks up at the clouds, and scorns the lower steps by which he ascended. So Caesar made. So to prevent him, stop him. Since the charge cannot be worded such as he is who he is, say it this way: that what he is, made greater, would lead to these and these extremities, and thus think of him like a serpent's egg. Once hatched, would naturally grow to cause harm, and kill him in the shell. Brutus, you sleep, awake, and see yourselves, shall roam, etc. Speak, strike, set right. Such calls to action have often been dropped when I did pick them up. Thus am I to understand it. Must Rome stand underneath the power of one man? Rome? My ancestors did from the streets of Rome drive out Tarquin when he was called a king. Speak, strike. Am I entreated to speak and strike? I promise, if setting right shall follow, your petition will be fulfilled at the hands of Brutus. You're afraid to show your dangerous brows by night where evils go freely? Where will you find a cabin dark enough to hide your monstrous faces? Seek none conspiracy. Hide it in smiles and affability. Forgo revealing how you really look, and even hell itself's not dim enough to hide you from discovery.
I think it rude how we disturbed your rest. Good morning, Brutus. Do we trouble you?
I've been awake an hour, up all night. I know these men who come here with you.
Every one of them. And not one here but honors you, and shares the opinion that you only had of yourself that every noble Roman bears on you. This is Trebonius.
He is welcome.
Theseus Brutus.
He is welcome too.
Cinna. Casca. Metellus Sim.
They are all welcome here. Now tell me, what grievance sets a barrier between your eyes and mine?
Let us swear our resolution.
No. Not to hope. If not the faces of men, the sufferings of our souls are these abusive times. If these motives are weak, let us depart now and every man go back to his lazy bed. Let condescending tyranny range on until each man's number is up. But if these wrongs, as I'm sure they do, bear fire enough to kindle cowards and steel with valor the melting spirits of women and countrymen, why need we any spur but our own cause to goad us to set right? What other bond than close-mouthed Romans who have spoke the word and will not quibble? And what other oath than honesty to honesty affirm that this will be, or we will die for it? Priests, cowards, deceitful men swear. Old weak walking corpses and those wasted souls that woke the wrongs, untrustworthy men, swear oaths to bad causes. But do not stain the straight true virtue of our enterprise, nor the unconquerable courage of our spirits to think that our cause or our action requires an oath. And every drop of blood that every Roman bears, and nobly bears, is thinned by several guilty bastards' blood if he should break even the smallest particle of any promise that would come from you. Now what of Cicero? Shall we ask him?
Indeed. Let us not leave him out.
By no means.
For his silver hairs will help us earn a good opinion and bring men's voices to approve our deeds. It shall be said that his judgment ruled our hands. Our youth and fierceness will not show at all, but all be hid by his authority.
No. Don't name him. Let's not invite him.
Then leave him out.
Indeed, he doesn't fit. Shall no one else be touched but only Caesar?
Good point. It is not right Mark Antony, so beloved by Caesar, should outlive Caesar. You'll find he is a dangerous plotter. If his strength increases, it could stretch so far to injure us all. So to prevent, let Antony and Caesar die together.
Our course will seem too bloody, Cassius. To cut off the head and hack at the limbs like rage and death and hatred afterwards? Antony is but a limb of Caesar. We all oppose what Caesar's spirit means. But in the spirit of men, there is no blood. Oh, that we could get at Caesar's spirit and not dismember Caesar. But Caesar must bleed for. And gentle friends, let's kill him boldly, not wrathfully. Let's carve him like a dish fit for the gods, not hack at him like a carcass fit for the hounds. And let our hearts, as cunning masters do, seem to stir up their servants to a fit of rage and later seem to scold them. See, this will make our goal seem necessary, not caused by hate, which so appearing to the public's eyes. We shall taunt healers, not murderers. As for Mark Antony, don't think of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm after Caesar's head is cut off. To expose this way your weak condition to the raw cold mornings.
Nor for yours neither. You have unkindly, Brutus, stolen from my bed. And then last night at supper, you suddenly arose and walked about musing and sighing with your arms crossed, and when I asked you what the matter was, you just stared upon me with a gentle look. I questioned further, then you just scratched your head and stamped impatiently with your foot. Still I insisted, still you answered not, but with an angry waving of your hand you signaled me to leave you. So I did, fearing to strengthen your impatient mood which just seemed too much on fire and hoping it was just something temporary, which now and then happens to every man. It will not let you talk, nor eat, nor sleep, and if it works so much upon your shape as it has so changed your character, I would not know you, Brutus. Husband dear, please, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not in good health. That is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in good health, he'd find the means to come.
So I do! Go to bed.
Is Brutus sick? And would he add unto his sickness by walking unbuttoned and breathing in the dampness of the dank morning? What? Is Brutus sick? And would he tempt the noxious and unclean air and risk the vile contagion of the night to add unto his sickness? No, Brutus. You have some sick offense within the mind, and by my virtue and right as your wife I ought know of. Upon my knees I charm you. By my once well flattered beauty, by all the vows of love, and by that one great vow that did bind us and make us one, that you revealed to me yourself. You have. What weighs you down so, and what men have been here tonight? For there have been some 6 or 7 who even did hide their faces in the dark.
Kneel not, gentle Portia.
I would have no need if you were gentle, Brutus. With Within the vows of marriage, tell me, Brutus, is it writ that I should know no secrets that pertain to you? Am I yourself, but in a restricted sense? To sit with you at meal times, comfort your bed, and talk with you sometimes? Dwell I but in the outskirts of your good pleasure, if I be no more than Portia is Brutus's harlot, not his wife.
You are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as the reddish drops that visit my sad heart.
If this be true, that I should know the secret. I grant I am a woman, but even so, a woman that Lord Brutus took to wife. I grant I am a woman, but even so, a well-respected woman, Cato's daughter. Am I no stronger than my sex, being so fathered and so husbanded? Reveal yourself. I want to divulge your plans. I have proven my trustworthiness by giving myself a voluntary wound here at the thigh. Could I bear that with patience and not my husband's secrets?
You gods, render me worthy such a noble wife. Soon enough, your bosom shall know the secrets of my sad heart.
Not heaven, nor earth been at peace tonight. 3 times in their sleep Calpurnia cried, they murdered Caesar.
What is it, Caesar? Plan to walk forth.
Caesar shall march. The things that threaten me look only on my back. And they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished.
Caesar, I never bothered about omens. Yet now they frighten me. There's someone inside. Beside the things that we have heard and seen speaks of most horrid sights seen by the watch. The lioness gave birth in the streets, and graves split wide and yielded up their dead. Fierce, fiery warriors fight up in the clouds in ranks and squadrons all formed up for war which drizzled blood upon the capital. Noise of battle hurled forth in the air. Horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. Oh, Caesar, these things are beyond all sense. And I do fear them.
What can be a boy whose end is marked by the gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth. These predictions for the world in general, not just Caesar. Cowards died many times before their deaths. The valiant never tasted death but once. Of all the wonders I yet have heard, I find it most strange that men should fear seeing that death, a necessary end, will come. When it will come. Tell me, what do these omen readers say?
I urge you not to step outside today. Look in the entrails of a sacrifice. They cannot find a heart within the beast.
Caesar would be at peace without a heart if he were to stay at home and stay for fear. No, Caesar shall not. Danger knows full well that Caesar is more dangerous than he. We are two lions born twins on the same day. And I the elder, and more terrible. And Caesar shall go forth.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is devoured in overconfidence. Do not go out today. Say it is my fear that keeps you here and not your own. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate House, and he shall say you're not well today. Let me prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say I'm not well. And to humor you, I will stay.
Caesar, all hail. Good morning, worthy Caesar. I come to bring you to the Senate House.
You've come at just the proper time. To bear my greetings to the senators and tell them I will not come. Cannot is false, and dare not false. I will not come. Go and tell them so, Caesar.
Tell them he is sick.
Shall Caesar send the lie? Have I stretched out my conquering arm so far, yet afraid to tell the great vision the truth? No, I will not come. Go and tell them.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, or I'll be laughed at when I tell them so.
The cause is in my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I will tell you so. Calpurnia dreamt she saw my statue, just like a fountain with 100 spouts ran pure blood. Many lusty Romans came smiling and waved their hands. These she understands as warnings and portents and evil soon to come, and on her knee has begged me to stay home.
This dream has been interpreted quite wrong. It was a lovely vision, full of good. Your statue, spurting blood in many pipes, in which so many smiling Romans bathed, signifies that from you, great Rome shall suck reviving blood, and that great men shall rush to gather stains as keepsakes, holy relics. All this, Calpurnia's dream has signified.
And this way you've well expounded.
Indeed I have. When you have heard what I can say, and know it now, the Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send them word you will not come, their minds may change. Besides, one mocking quip that someone I'm sure to call out is, break up the Senate until another time, when Caesar's wife shall wake with better dreams. If Caesar hides himself, will they not whisper, look, Caesar is afraid. Pardon me, Caesar. For my dear, dear love of your advancement makes me tell you this. Reason motivates me less than love.
How foolish do you fear me now, Calpurnia? I am ashamed that I would yield to them. Go and get my robe.
None that I know will be. Much that I fear may come. Good morning to you. Here the street is narrow. The throng that follows Caesar at the heels,
of senators, of judges, of favor seekers. They'll crowd a feeble man almost to death. I'll find me some less crowded place, and there speak to great Caesar as he comes along.